Year-old Malachi Mitchell, who was killed in a shooting during a gun sale in Douglas County, now responding to statements put out by the Douglas County Sheriff's Office about her son's death and why no arrests have been made. She's also taking legal action. Fox 5's Eric Mock joins us from the live desk. Eric, he spoke with Mitchell's mother one-on-one.
Absolutely, Eric. And she says the Douglas County Sheriff's Office narrative that they've now put out confirms what she already knew, and she doesn't understand how that precludes arresting her son's killer. Now, on Thursday, the Sheriff's Office released a video statement confirming certain details about the shooting death of 21-year-old Malachi Mitchell. Investigators confirmed Mitchell was selling someone a gun in a car on January 29th when Mitchell and the buyer struggled over the gun, and the buyer pulled out his own weapon and shot Mitchell. Deputies pulled over that buyer after he was driving erratically and discovered Mitchell dead in the front seat.
I like cash talk.
Welcome to
Lady
Crime
down
the
this
E-Way.
hit, turn
Please
the
like,
bags on.
comment, and
I'm like
subscribe.
Wayne Dixie, I get bags on. Baby got a pretty face, slim waist, ass on.
Malachi Mitchell was shot and killed on January 29th after meeting the man to sell him a firearm. According to the Douglas County Sheriff's Office, after the transaction was completed, a struggle broke out inside the suspect's vehicle. The man, who was also the driver, allegedly pulled out a second firearm and shot Mitchell, believing he was being set up. He then fled the scene but was stopped by deputies due to erratic driving. That traffic stop near Thornton Road and Interstate 20 led to deputies discovering Mitchell's body inside the vehicle. Investigators have confirmed that he was in contact with an individual at the time, providing limited information about the incident and expressing fear that he had been set up and that he was being followed. Based on the witness statement, the driver was clearly in a state of panic, uncertainty, and seeking rational advice from someone he was dealing with during this traumatic experience.
Today, there is growing frustration from the family of Malachi Mitchell. He is the 21-year-old who was found shot to death in the passenger seat of a car during a traffic stop. Douglas County is now revealing a different narrative. Investigators say Mitchell's death was the result of a gun sale gone wrong. The sheriff's office says Mitchell and the driver met up, and after they finished that gun sale last week, there was a physical struggle. Deputies say the driver pulled a second gun and shot Mitchell. The driver drove off with Mitchell's body in the car. And here's what they say happened next.
Just minutes later, deputies stopped him for his erratic driving behavior and discovered Mitchell's body. Investigators have confirmed that he was in contact with an individual at the time, providing limited information about the incident and expressing fear that he had been set up and that he was being followed. Based on the witness's statement, the driver was clearly in a state of panic.
Despite sharing all of those details, the department is not officially naming a suspect or recommending charges. Malachi Mitchell's mother spoke earlier this week, saying that she feels that investigators are protecting the driver and not the victim, her son.
How is it that a man is home within hours? You don't even have the identification of the body in the car, and this man is at home with his family, protected.
The Douglas County Sheriff's Office says there is still work to do in this case, and when they finish it, it will be reviewed.
One-year-old Malachi Mitchell, who was killed in a shooting during a gun sale in Douglas County, now responding to statements put out by the Douglas County Sheriff's Office about her son's death and why no arrests have been made. She's also taking legal action. Fox 5's Eric Mock joins us from the live desk. Eric, he spoke with Mitchell's mother one-on-one.
Absolutely, Eric. And she says the Douglas County Sheriff's Office narrative that they've now put out confirms what she already knew, and she doesn't understand how that precludes arresting her son's killer. Now, on Thursday, the Sheriff's Office released a video statement confirming certain details about the shooting death of 21-year-old Malachi Mitchell. Investigators confirmed Mitchell was selling someone a gun in a car on January 29th when Mitchell and the buyer struggled over the gun, and the buyer pulled out his own weapon and shot Mitchell. Deputies pulled over that buyer after he was driving erratically and discovered Mitchell dead in the front seat. They're now saying they let the driver go because the driver thought he had been set up and was being followed. Mitchell's mother, Kenya Mitchell, told me today this confirmed what they already knew, that this person shot and killed her son and has yet to face any consequences for that.
Malachi Mitchell is the victim. I'm not understanding why an arrest has not been made. However, if Douglas County is not going to do their job, me as his mother will make sure I do my job. and our family attorney will make sure she does her job.
And by that, she means their family attorney has now filed a civil lawsuit against the shooter, who police have not yet identified. Now, Kenya tells me this suit aims to get justice for her son and will hold the shooter civilly liable for her son's death. Now, we reached out to the Douglas County Sheriff's Office multiple times for interviews about this, but we still have not heard back from them about that. At the live desk, Eric Mock, Fox 5 News.
Found dead in the front seat of a car, and Douglas County is suing the person who killed him. This comes after the Douglas County Sheriff's Office says so far they won't be arresting or bringing charges against Mitchell's killer. Fox 5's Eric Mock talked with Mitchell's mother and her attorney to learn about their search for justice.
The Douglas County Sheriff's Office says they believe the person who shot Malachi Mitchell thought he was being set up by Mitchell. But his mother disputes that and tells me she doesn't believe the Douglas County Sheriff's Office will get justice for her son.
He was a proud man of God, and he was a good man.
Kenya Mitchell says her son Malachi was taken in the prime of his life. Malachi's body was discovered in the front seat of a car on January 29th after Douglas County Sheriff's deputies pulled the car over for erratic driving. Thursday, the Sheriff's Office released a video statement confirming what Mitchell and her family already knew, that the two had met so Malachi could sell the driver a gun. Investigators say after the transaction, the two struggled over that gun before
The purchaser, who was also the driver of the vehicle, produced a second firearm and fatally shot Malachi Mitchell.
deputies released the driver. Douglas County investigators say the driver told them he had thought he'd been set up and was being followed. But Mitchell says if that was the case, she questions why the driver didn't call 911.
That doesn't sound like someone that's scared for their life. That sounds like someone that's trying to cover up what they've done to someone else's life.
The sheriff's office has not arrested the driver and did not say whether they plan to.
If Douglas County will not do their job, our family and our attorney, we're doing our job, and we have filed a civil lawsuit for wrongful death against the killer.
Attorney Marcia Mignot says the wrongful death suit, filed Friday, is a way for the family to get answers.
If law enforcement is not going to figure out what happened, the family gets to do that in a civil proceeding. You can take depositions in the civil proceedings. We can call them in for testimony to be provided, sworn, locked-in statements so that this family can do their own investigation.
We've requested an interview with the sheriff's office several times now to get our questions answered, but they have not yet responded to those requests. At the live desk, Eric Mock, Fox 5 News.
So, what do you think? Should the man have been allowed to walk free, or was justice served in the end? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. And if you want to explore more thought-provoking cases like this, be sure to check out my other video on related topic. Thanks for watching.